Hey everyone, it is Saturday. We are on our way to Brooklyn, New York, and stopped for lunch, looked for places on Yelp, and I am in Tucumcari, New Mexico. What a beautiful day. I mean, look at this, gorgeous. And found a place that was a barbecue place that had 60 reviews with 5 stars. Hard to find. So this is Watson's Barbecue in Tucumcari, New Mexico. I'm already digging the scenery, the decor. This started off as a hardware store, and the demand and the business just wasn't there for it to support itself, and they did the restaurant to supplement it, and then the restaurant surpassed the sales of the hardware store. Okay, I'll sit over there. No problem. It's all right. No problem. Like the sign over here. Lots of barbecue where every butt gets a good rub. I wonder if they charge extra for that. I want to tell the story. I'm Frank.
Jimmy Watson.
Hey, Jimmy. Watson's Barbecue.
Watson's Barbecue. You pulled up to the full service aisle right here.
I was traveling down the 40. We're heading to New York. Drive expedite for FedEx Custom Critical.
Oh, really? Cool.
Truck's outside.
Well, good. Well, I'm glad you found us. We have some parking over here.
You know,
in the front.
It was on Yelp, and you see something that has 60 reviews and 5 stars. And
well, I didn't know we were. That's good.
Yeah, it's as best as you can get.
Yeah, we want to keep that up. That's the only way they find us is on that deal there. We've got some.
Some signs.
Billboards. We got a couple of them in the pickup, but some find us with that phone and everything. It's
the new way.
Yeah,
I guess technology.
I guess it is. But anyway, we've been pretty blessed with it. So now we're selling more barbecue and hardware. So that's good.
You know, I just walked through, and they're gonna know that I'm not lying. I said, I think this started off as a hardware store, and the business didn't support it, so they did this to supplement it, and this took over the hardware store.
Exactly. You got it right.
That was my guess.
35 years ago, we bought this thing, and I was 30 years old now. I'm 65 now. So we fought it, and it did real good, but then things changed, you know, and we started, you know, this little big chain outfit moved in, and then we had it back about 10 years ago. You might remember the big sucking sound the economy was making. I mean,
yeah, about 2008.
Oh yes,
I was in Vegas.
Exactly. That's when it started playing with us here, and then we had a big drought, and then my customers, my clients, they started selling their cows off, you know, as well as me, you know, because I didn't have any customers to sell stuff to, so
right.
I got up one morning and told Stella, I said, man, we got to do something. So my dad barbecued back in the 80s.
Where'd you grow up?
Well, I moved here in '66, so I've been here most of my life, but we're from around San Antonio and Junction and the Hill Country area. where
That
we moved
explains
up
the
from.
barbecue.
Oh yeah. So that's where Dad, he learned to barbecue there. So I stoked the pit for him for a long time, never thinking I would ever do this. You know, I thought I don't want to do that. But I decided, well, we better do something. So we started barbecuing, and it just kind of continually got better and better. And the good Lord was telling me, keep on doing it. I was going, are you sure? You sure you want me to do this? So anyway,
So how many years ago did you start doing the barbecue?
about 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
2008. And that's when we...
Have you seen your Yelp reviews?
No, I haven't seen.
Look at this. So I hit Yelp, right? And I go, okay. It shows the map, and I look for restaurants in the current area. And so it starts searching. Okay, so the first one that pops up, number one, is Watson's Barbecue. And you can see everybody else. I mean, is this you too?
Yeah, that's me too.
Okay, so that's both in the same place. Ken's Ice Cream. But pretty much everybody else has okay, but that 5 stars with 60 reviews really stands out to people.
Yeah.
And then you can hit directions right from the app, and it gives us directions right to the thing.
That's
And you know, you can, I don't know if you know, but you can advertise with these guys. And so when people are coming up and they look on Yelp, it shows you're the first. But if they're around here, they're already seeing that. And then you go down here.
People say they find us.
And this is, so, great place. Food was so good, and the staff was super accommodating. We have a little baby, and they fixed us up makeshift changing table, entertained him during lunch so we could both eat a hot meal. And the little store attached to the restaurant is so cute. Great road trip stop. You know?
Cool.
Those are the type of things that, and this, what I do is, the nature of expediting is that you stop a lot and you wait for the next load, and then it has to go right away.
Yeah.
So they pay for the whole truck. So instead of like piecing together loads, you buy the whole truck. It doesn't matter if it's his phone, that's all that goes on the truck, and nothing else goes on.
Really, just phones or whatever, huh?
Whatever. I mean, it's a pretty good sized truck, but you know, it could be one pallet of things, it could be one box, but it needs to go, and it can't fly, or they don't want it to fly.
Huh.
So,
and this is with who now? With
FedEx. It's called Custom Critical.
Huh.
You look at the truck, and you've probably never seen anything like it. It's a semi with a box on the back.
Huh. Yeah, I'll have to go check it out.
Yeah, no trailer, all one piece.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, I guess I've ever seen
refrigerated, so we can do climate control, temperature, or dry box, or whatever.
Huh.
So we can keep things hot, or we can keep them cool. We have probes inside that we take the temperature and send it back to a computer monitoring system, and then there's a person sitting there watching it. So if we have a service called temperature validated, which means that we guarantee the temperature will stay within a certain range at their set point, even if we drive it across the country. So it's cool.
I didn't even know they had anything
So
like that.
we sit a lot, and then we go to different places, and you're driving across country, and because of the size of our truck and not being in a trailer and everything, we can fit into places that a lot of guys can't go. So I always look for off the beaten path
Well, I'm glad you
places.
found us. We're like 3 blocks off the highway, and if you're not on that main highway up here, that 66, it's like you don't live. You're not here. Mm-hmm. We got to beat the drum a little louder, you know, so they'll find us.
Well, I'm going to put you on YouTube, with the review of us talking and everything, and you have a Facebook page that I already found.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a picture of you and
and what I'll do
always, and then you make sure to sign our wall and everything.
I will.
How long can you hold up under this?
We just go months at a time. Our truck is pretty big. It's got a 120-inch sleeper, bathroom, shower.
Oh, then you get to see some country too.
Yeah,
and meet some. Well, if we weren't doing this, you and I wouldn't be having to sit down here talking, you know.
Yeah, I mean the nice thing about the digital age is that it makes our world a little bit smaller.
It does. It's amazing. It's amazing how many people and we're getting some people now.
I mean, right there, look at that. Doreen and Lynn from Dorset, England. How would they have ever found this place?
I guess on that phone there, you know, that's the way they.
And
it's
it's
great.
great.
That's how they find us.
And I see you still have medicines for for horses.
If you come in, we got Black Leg vaccine for. Of course, we keep it all separate from the, the other stuff.
Yeah.
But we've got tack and like for 35 years we were a hardware store, tack, animal health. Right there's where this was all full of animal health. And then and you know with like we were talking about this phone deal, it's little things. You know, you can buy stuff over the internet now for, you know.
And have it delivered right to your door.
Instead of a brick and mortar store, you can just pick it up and order it, and there's no tax on it and free freight. And,
well, that's changing a lot. It's taxes like Amazon charging tax.
Yeah, they're starting to. But it's all kind of.
But you can find things that you could never ever find.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And it's kind of hurt. The little mom and pop operations like ours. It's and the what do you call them? The millennials. They're getting the younger people, and that's my son. He I think he ordered 95% of his stuff offline on Christmas. Of course we're in Tucumcari, and we have some shopping
makes
places.
it easier. I mean, now we can buy some nice gifts.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can get anything you want there, and save a little money. So that was another thing that kind of hacked away at our base. It's just accumulation of the thing, but you got to come in here and eat. So
but you know what?
Good.
It's like if somebody would have ever told you 20 years ago, hey, let's do a hardware shop and barbecue restaurant, you'd been crazy. They're crazy.
Yeah.
And here it is, the barbecue restaurant that's supporting the hardware store.
Yeah, it is.
And what happens when people are waiting for the food? They walk around the store, and they're like, oh, well, this is really cool. And all the stuff you have to look at. Did you collect all that stuff over the years? That's been your little
35 years of stuff. I guess, like I said, the good Lord knew I was going to do this. So anyway, I call it my good stuff. My wife calls it something else that starts with an S, So it's my treasures. I tell her that's my 401k out there, Yeah. But I love accumulating. I just like that stuff. We don't never sell it or anything. I
bet you love that show, American Pickers.
Oh, I do. I watch it.
So do I.
Yeah. Oh man, I'd like to get one of those. Oh man, yeah. But there's a lot of old stuff out here, and people bring me their license plates and put it up on the wall. And you better put it up on. If you put it up on the wall, it better be there when they come back.
Do you have any from Alaska up here yet?
I don't know. I think I have maybe one, but I always got room for one.
So if anybody out there has Alaska plates, which I have a lot of friends in Alaska.
Oh yeah.
You can look up the address. It's Watson's Barbecue.
P.O. Box X.
P.O. Box X.
Yeah, and for real, it's P.O. Box X. Tucumcari, New Mexico, 88401. And sign it and send it, and we'll put it up on the wall.
I think we'll be stopping again. Let me see if keep coming in.
Yeah, that's the only thing on Saturdays, and y'all are welcome to stay as long as you want. Usually we start rolling up the deal about 4 o'clock or 5. That's our only thing with our hours. We have a big noon and everything, but late in the evening, we usually close about 5:30.
That's a sleepy little town.
It is, and the barbecues. You don't. Leftover barbecue.
Do you guys ever do anything like have car shows here and stuff?
We did. We had a big one out at the state line today at Russell's. Had a real big car show.
But I'm saying, do you ever do things like that yourself?
We had a big lot party here 2 weeks ago, and that's where a bunch of the stuff that we have in here is people that they make it local. There might be necklaces. They might be ribbons.
Yeah, so it's one of a kind type stuff.
Yeah, and they bring it in here and we sell it on consignment for them. So twice a year we always advertise at the big lot party, and we have those people that do stuff like that. We have them come in, and we always set tables and chairs up for them, and we invite the whole town to come in and look and do it.
What is the population of Tucumcari around?
It's probably about 4,000 people in town now. It used to be when I graduated in '70. There was about 160 of us that walked, and I asked this little class. They graduated this year, and there was 50 of them. But it's it's all over the United States. These little rural towns, when they bypassed with the big bypass, I think it's 78, 70, late 70, 78, 79. That's when it really started. It hurt, because everybody drove through the middle of town. And then we were a big railroad town, and then they decided to move the jumping off point, like they start in Delhart. And they go to Vaughn, and that's where they changed crews. They used to have Tucumcari. They started the run here, and they went to El Paso. And they changed crews and came back, which we had a lot of railroad families here, good payroll and everything. And then we had 3 trucking outfits that were here, so we were booming.
But what's good, and a lot of Americans are starting to discover this. They're in these big cities, and in the big cities, it costs a lot to live.
Oh yeah.
And you can go into these small towns like Tucumcari and stuff that used to be booming. Like even I stopped in Winslow, Arizona, and down on the corner.
Oh yeah.
Winslow, Arizona.
Oh yeah.
And so I stopped there, and there's just so many places. And there was a lady putting up nice two houses on one property, you know, like a mother-in-law cottage and everything. And it was $29,000 to buy the whole property. And people are realizing that they can come, instead of spending $200,000 on a home, they can come out to a place like Tucumcari.
I got Ryan with me.
Okay. Okay.
Like I even saw a service station down here. It looked like somebody converted it into a house, right on the corner of the lake and the main drag.
Oh yeah, right here on the corner there. Yeah, it's an office. Is what it is.
It's an office.
Yeah,
I mean, they just took a service station, converted.
When
it.
I was growing up, I worked in a bunch of these service stations that are, you know, they're not here anymore. We don't even.
Right now, you have a Love's. Everybody goes to Love's.
Yeah,
you know, something
there's
like
not
Love's.
such a thing as a full service station.
In New Jersey, there still is. Did you know that? It's the law.
Where?
In New Jersey, you can't pump your own fuel in New Jersey.
What? Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I mean, those are the type of things that we do.
You want to see him? Y'all look out and bird back up. When he comes out of there, he'll pick up fast. Back up just a little. I don't want him to get you. There he is.
Oh, there's a lot of them in there.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. This is you can leave it. You can leave it down. My coonskin hat. We get a lot of them that way.
Who figured that out?
Well, I'm going to tell you, this psychologist friend of mine, he's a town therapist, I guess. He's one you go to when you got a screw loose. He was in here one day and he told me about that. And I said, really? So we decided to build one. He's a good friend of mine. He's a doctor friend, yeah. So we do that, and watch out for that.
Well, if you don't need him before, you'll need him after.
Yeah. True. Yeah, y'all make sure to sign that. Sign the wall if you find a magic. There's a magic marker there. Sign the wall. That's the only place you can sign the wall and get away with it.
Oh.
And then if y'all let me here a little bit before you go, I'm going to pose you by the bear and take your picture.
Oh, all right.
We ought to try to take everybody's picture with Harry the bear here to brag that you guys came in and found us. Well, y'all make yourself at home. Nothing's locked in here, so y'all just make yourself at home.
It's a different world. We live in Las Vegas. Everything's locked everywhere.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, I love the uniqueness of it all.
Well, it's pretty unique. You want sensory overload after a while. You'd be looking around going,
yeah, everywhere you look, there's something else for you to, it sucks you in.
We've sold everything in here before. We've sold it all. Feed, livestock feed, horse feed, chicken feed. We sell baby chicks. We sell that.
So you said one of the chains moved in. Was it at Home Depot? Or
no, it was Tractor Supply.
Oh, Tractor Supply. Yeah, they go into they go into smaller markets where they can.
They're pretty tough. They sell about everything that we sell. And, you know, in this little town, you don't have to go any place you don't want to. You come into a place that you want to because you're not going to drive 30 minutes or 40 minutes to go to another place and buy it. Mm-hmm. You know, you come here because you want to. Because there's 3 or 4 other stores here in town. They got everything. They got the same stuff I have.
They don't have this.
No, they might.
They don't have us talking.
No,
you know
they might
That's
not.
the one thing
They
they
might
don't
not
have.
have that, but they do. So I always, we always try to.
Good conversation is few and far between anymore these days.
Oh, I know it. Yeah, and I'm bad about it. Every now and then, we had some people in here one time, and we got talking, and there was a couple of buddies. They were Army buddies, and anyway, they were on a little road trip, so they left. And 2 days later, they called me back. They'd already gone to California, and they were going up going north on the west coast, going to Oregon. And I guess they were talking about they got talking about eating here, and he said, "Oh, by the way," he said, "thanks for buying my lunch there." And the other one said, "Man, I thought you bought mine." And they said, "No, they got out here without paying." And I didn't even know anything about it, but we were talking like this. And they called me on the phone. They called me on the phone about 3 or 4 days later. Nobody else would have. Well, I know there's people out there that would, but these people really did.
Yeah.
And he called and he gave me his Visa number to pay for that thing. And I said, "Man, really ought to just let you have that meal for being so honest." He says, "Nope." He says, "Karma's something else." He says, "Man," he says, "I ain't going to do that." He said, "You take my money." But that's different. People do that. There's still people out there like that. They really are.
Well, when you stop in a place like this, you don't know what to expect, and then you come in and you get a great meal, and you get real, down home American people who are just doing it's. Still doing the American dream, being an entrepreneur, opening on a little business, and keeping it going.
You didn't get any more native than this right here. So.
And you know, I mean, it's like you said, you know, I mean, you are an entrepreneur. You had your business, and you saw that there was a problem, and you found a way to work.
Yeah. Thank God. Thank good Lord, he kind of threw that in our thoughts.
And you did it well. I guess you would have to for it to work.
We're just kind of build a little at a time. You know, we haven't got, you know, you can get too big. That old saying, the higher you fly, the easier you are to shoot at.
Yeah.
That is very true. So, you know, you just got to keep it simple and just take care of business, you know. My name's on the plate, and when it comes out, I want to
now those ribs were amazing.
I mean, that's our babies. I love cooking them ribs, and that's what that and the brisket, you know. And
so what time do you start cooking in the morning?
Well, we're usually down here. You know, we rub everything down at night.
Right, so it all settles in.
Yeah, it all settles in everything, and then we start. You know, well, that brisket, it takes all night to cook it. We cook it about 8 to 10 hours, and then the ribs we usually put on about 6. And then we'll pull them off about 4 or 5 hours later.
Is that a challenge trying to figure out in a small town?
It
not
is.
Knowing how much you're going to go through that day?
Like, man.
Okay, that was definitely a must repeat. Jimmy was awesome. And he gave us some bread.